Pasea Sai Centre. Loving salutations to all of you here tonight. I feel so happy seeing almost a full house, so that speaks volumes. Thank you, Shamila, for your kind and thoughtful introduction. Thank you to my Sai Krishna for your divine mercy upon humanity in this most auspicious time as the Jagadamba Devi. And last but not least, thank you, Brother Ramesh, for the opportunity to speak on a topic that is so interesting. And definitely, as the saying goes, a cup runneth over. My dear brothers and sisters, tonight's topic is entitled, How Can Spirituality Have a Positive Influence on Mental Health and Well-Being? How can spirituality have a positive influence on mental health and well-being? Now there's a whole lot that can be said about tonight's topic, but I've chosen a few basic yet profound matters within spirituality that can definitely have a positive influence on mental health and well-being. First of all, we need to understand that spirituality is all positivity, and the soul spirit is never soiled. Mental health entails the emotions, which belongs to the mind and body. Therefore, outcome can always keep us in a state of well-being. So, the first one is meditation. The first method within spirituality to have a positive influence on mental health and well-being is meditation. Yes, meditation. It's a very big part of spirituality, and once practiced correctly, can have great benefits onto our mental health and well-being. Folks, do you know that in psychology and therapy, meditation is a treatment used to help individuals counteract issues such as fear, anxiety, panic disorders, depression, and other cases as well associated with mental health issues. Well, this is how effective meditation is. Imagine it surpasses other treatments with a success rate of about 90%. This finding was accomplished many years ago, but in recent years has been exposed to practice due to its positive influence on mental health and well-being. We as a people are very fortunate, especially being devotees of Mother Sai, as we can understand and further appreciate the great benefits of meditation. Bear in mind, meditation is recalling our scattered energy through thoughts bounded to our body and actions. The second method, the power of prayer. The power of prayer. Most of us here, I'm sure, have heard the saying before, that power of prayer can heal and solve situations which seem impossible. It can make it very possible. The power of prayer is a conscious conversation with God. And it's like a personal counseling about issues within our mind. Having this counsel with God through His different names, formless aspect, through light, and even with affirmations as well. This alone is a positive influence on one's mental health and well-being. With a constant flow of conversation, we are at least 90% thinking of God. Also, this can help to counteract day-to-day challenges of mental health issues associated with society, within the society, within the home, within the family life, with our own personal growth, work issues, the relations we have with each other, the challenges that will always be there. So the potency of the mantra, the affirmations, and the power of prayer to God, all of it is spirituality positively influencing one's mental health and well-being. This brings me to the other method, the third one, and that is detachment. Detachment, a really big one. Yes, it is. Spirituality enfolds detachment. Once on this path, detachment will manifest. So how can it positively influence mental health and well-being? Well, folks, once on a spiritual path, we have to learn to let go of certain situations. Be it by 10%, 20%, 50%, even 100%. An example of this is that we do not carry work energy at home. We have to let go of that. We have to go into a mode that when we reach home, we are at home. When that happens, then one's energy can become recharged because we are detaching from work, all that is there, and we are leaving it at the office. If it is not done, then attachment increases, putting our mental health and well-being at risk. When there are less desires and wants, provoking one's mentality, then one's mentality becomes curbed. And this is what Bible says, and this is what he means when he says, sealing of desires. So we are seeing the connection here, I'm sure. We are seeing the profound connection. So leave the exhausted energy of work at work. We can take a few minutes just to do meditation wherever we may be. Sometimes it's very challenging, but when we can pull that scattered energy back, then we have to know, well, we are able to move on to methods that are very profound to us. We need to know what to detach and what to attach. Therefore, detachment within spirituality can positively influence mental health and well-being. So in other words, less baggage in one's lifetime is better. Now we come to a system method called yoga. This practice constitutes everything in a matter of spirituality, positively influencing mental health and well-being. Yoga is spiritual exercise for the soul and the body. The spirit soul lives within a body, which is a vehicle to take us from point A to point B. Yoga being such a discipline, art, and part of a choice in spirituality can keep one's mental health and well-being healthy through body consciousness. It constitutes the art of living through breath and energy control, reminding us of who we are, the spirit soul, and who we think we are, the emotions. When the breath and energy is controlled through the practice of yoga, it automatically refreshes the mentality of an individual, not only the body, but also one's mental health and well-being. The fifth method is one that is very close to a lot of us here. It's service. Now you all have to check the connection from point A to B, the different methods, because even though it may sound basic and we are all We have individuals who take part in this every day of our lives. When we examine it closely and analyze meditation, service, praying to God, there's so much more potency that is within it that sometimes we take it for granted. But let me tell you something. It is something that it's really, when we really examine it, we will find what we are looking for. So, service to man is service to God. Once the spirit is truly awakened, then the art or act of selfless service will definitely manifest. Help ever, hurt never. Love all, serve all. But when Sri Sathya Sai Baba, he spoke it and he lived it. So he expects we to do the same. The reason is simply to promote peace of mind, contentment, love and action. Through the role of selfless service, a lot can be achieved in spirituality, and a lot can be achieved mentally as well. When service is done selflessly, tell me, doesn't one's heart and mind be filled with joy and happiness, which is such a positive influence on the mental health and well-being of individuals? You see, when this happens, it pushes the individual to seek the truth in life. And when the truth is found, then one starts doing the right acts, the righteous acts in one's life. Then, with those righteous acts, we find peace of mind. And the peace of mind and contentment brings us to loving all and serving all, despite circumstances. And this, therefore, will bring us to non-violence within our own selves, our mentality, and to others as well. To sum it up, Baba's 5 human values are manifested. So I can safely say that we are seeing how spirituality can have a very positive influence on mental health and well-being. All these matters in spirituality are connected. When one serves selflessly, one's mentality becomes nourished and fulfilled. Last but not least, we have the mother of all. Because without this, we are going to be in a fix. And that is energy. Energy. Once on a spiritual path, one's energy play a most vital and centered role. It's the totality of everything. Energy has to be utilized through spirit, mind, and body. Energy is our connection to the supreme divine consciousness. The spiritual matters that are spoken about, those few, and the ones that I can't mention because it's a whole lot and it will take a lot, more time. It has to be all infused with energy from us. Energy is our breath from God, which when channeled in a positive way can do great things. And I think most of us know this. When focus is given to energy, we can heal matters of the mind. We can heal matters of the mind. Spirituality enfolds the use of energy. In other words, one's mentality can be changed in dealing with disuse, fear, anxiety, depression, different types of behaviors, as well as other mental issues. We all know mental issues are challenging in life. But we have heard how spirituality, that part of spirituality, can have positive influence on one's mental health. So even though we may have challenges in our daily lives, we have the recipe, the remedy, right, from thousands of years ago. Even recently with our Lord and He has, given us so much. And He said His life is His message, is His message. Now we have to make our life His message. As I close, bear in mind one thing. These methods in spirituality have been tested and used, listen carefully, as treatment for individuals with different challenges and situations, and the outcome was always successful. But when Sri Satya Sai Baba, he taught us this at no cost. We are fortunate. Let us be grateful and thankful for this. Let us all be mindful that the auspicious time of the Divine Devi is manifested. And she is the lady also who protects the mind and the emotions of all. We seek her divine blessings to maintain this aspect of our life. Brothers and sisters, by actually being here tonight, this for the week and the coming nights is a real life spirituality having positive influence on the mental health and well-being of every one of us here. So we have captivated everything. We sit and chant the different names of God. We invoke the power and vitality of the mantras. We sing bhajans in satsang, and the atmosphere is charged with positive energy from our mother's side, who is uplifting us right now. So this, my dear brothers and sisters, is spirituality having positive influence on one's mental health and well-being. According to the prophet Khalil Gibran, if music be the food of love, play on. So I humbly say to all of us here, if spirituality be the food of mental health and well-being, let us always play on. Yeah? But when Sri Krishna says to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, on the battlefield, he says, "O Arjuna, the mind is ever turbulent like the wind, hard to control, moving in all directions. But with constant practice, it can be possible." Hare Krishna to that. But when Baba says, life is a game, play it. Life is a dream, realize it. Life is a challenge, meet it. Life is love. Let us all enjoy it. Om Sri Sai Ram.